This is the moment where everything in the car industry is quietly changing, because while most people still think electric cars are expensive, futuristic, and out of reach, the truth in 2026 is completely different. We are now entering a world where electric cars are not only becoming affordable, but in some cases, cheaper than traditional gas cars when you look at long-term cost. And today, I'm going to show you exactly that, the top 5 cheapest electric cars in the USA for 2026. But here's the twist. Cheap no longer means basic. Cheap now means smart, efficient, and surprisingly advanced. And by the end of this video, you might start thinking very differently about your next car purchase. So let's start with something real. Imagine walking into a dealership and seeing a brand new electric car sitting there, clean design, modern interior, digital screens, smooth body lines, and then you check the price and think, wait, this can't be right, because it's lower than what you expected for a basic SUV, and that reaction is becoming more common in 2026, because automakers are finally pushing electric vehicles into the budget category, and that changes everything. Now before we jump into the list, think about this for a second. What do people usually expect from a cheap car? Slow performance, outdated design, uncomfortable interior, and limited features. Right? But what if I told you that in 2026, that definition is starting to disappear, because even entry-level electric cars now come with touchscreen displays, instant acceleration, smart safety systems, and designs that look futuristic. And that's exactly why this list matters, because we're not just talking about cheap cars, we're talking about the most valuable electric cars you can actually buy in the USA right now. Let's start with number 5. And this one might surprise you because it's been around for a while but is still one of the smartest budget EV choices, the Nissan Leaf. Now don't underestimate this car just because it's familiar, because what makes it special is not hype, it's consistency. The Nissan Leaf is simple, practical, and extremely easy to live with. It's the kind of car you can drive every single day without stress. You plug it in at night, wake up in the morning, and you're ready to go. No complicated systems, no overwhelming features, just straightforward electric driving. The design is clean and compact, perfect for city driving. Parking is easy, handling is smooth, and the driving experience feels light and comfortable. Inside, it gives you a simple but modern layout, a touchscreen system, digital displays, and enough tech to keep things convenient without feeling complicated. And here's something interesting. For many first-time EV buyers in the USA, the Nissan Leaf is still one of the easiest entry points into electric driving, because it doesn't try to impress you too much, it just works. Now moving to number 4, and this is where things start to feel more modern, the Chevrolet Bolt EV. This car is one of those hidden gems that people often overlook, but once you actually look at what it offers, it becomes very hard to ignore. The Bolt EV is compact, affordable, and surprisingly fun to drive. It feels quick in the city, easy on highways, and very efficient overall, and the best part is the range you get for the price, which makes it one of the strongest value EVs in the market. Inside, it feels more modern than you would expect, a large digital screen, clean dashboard layout, and smart usability. It's not luxury level, but it feels far from basic. And here's something people often realize after driving it, it doesn't feel like a cheap car. It feels like a smart decision. Now let me ask you something. Would you rather have a flashy car that costs more to run, or a simple EV that saves you money every month without sacrificing daily comfort? Because now we move to number 3, and this one brings a more stylish approach, the Hyundai Kona Electric. This is where affordability meets design. The Kona Electric looks more premium than its price suggests, sharp headlights, bold stance, and a more SUV-like presence. It feels modern on the road, not boring at all. Inside, Hyundai has done a really good job. The cabin feels organized, digital, and user-friendly. You get a proper infotainment system, comfortable seating, and a layout that feels thoughtful. Driving it feels smooth and controlled, and the electric motor gives it that instant response that makes city driving enjoyable. And this is where things get interesting, because the Kona Electric doesn't just compete on price, it competes on feel, and that's something many budget cars struggle with. Now let's go to number 2, and this is where the conversation gets futuristic. The Tesla Model 2. Now even though it's still highly anticipated, it's already one of the most talked about electric cars in the world. Because Tesla is aiming for something very simple but very powerful: make electric cars affordable for everyone. Imagine a Tesla starting around the $25,000 range and still giving you access to Tesla's ecosystem, software updates, clean design, minimal interior, and possibly even advanced driver assistance features. That combination is what makes this car so important. Inside, you can expect Tesla's signature minimal style: one central screen, no clutter, everything controlled digitally, and the driving experience is expected to be smooth, efficient, and software-driven. And here's the big question: if Tesla succeeds with this model at scale, what happens to the rest of the industry? Because that's where number one comes in. Now, number one on this list is the Chevrolet Equinox EV, and this is where value really hits another level. Because the Equinox EV is not just about being cheap, it's about giving you the feel of a full-sized modern SUV at an affordable price. More space, more comfort, more practicality, and still fully electric. The design is bold and modern, very American SUV style, strong lines, confident shape, and a road presence that feels more expensive than it actually is. Inside, it feels spacious and family-friendly: large screens, digital controls, and a layout that feels practical for real-world use. And what makes it number one is simple: it gives you the best balance between price, size, features, and usability. Because at the end of the day, most people don't just want a cheap car, they want a smart car that fits their lifestyle. And when you step back and look at all 5 cars together, something becomes very clear. The electric car market is no longer about luxury, it's about accessibility. We are entering a phase where EVs are becoming normal, not special, and that shift is going to change everything in the automotive world. So let me ask you, if you had to choose one of these cars, which one would you go for? The reliable Nissan Leaf, the underrated Bolt, the stylish Kona, the futuristic Tesla Model 2, or the practical Equinox EV? Because honestly, there's no wrong answer. It all depends on what you value most. And if you enjoyed this breakdown of the cheapest electric cars in 2026, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe for more simple and powerful car explanations, and comment below which EV surprised you the most. Because the future of driving is not coming, it's already here.